Welcome back. I'm Russell. Today I'm going to show you how to make creme brulee. It's a great recipe I've been using for a long time. We're not going to use this stuff. We're going to use a real vanilla bean. They're going for about $12 a piece right now. You're worth it. Treat yourself. Here's what you're going to need to make this creme brulee recipe. 1 Madagascar vanilla bean, 1 quart of heavy cream, 8 ounces of granulated sugar, or 226 grams, and 12 large egg yolks. We're going to take a quart of heavy cream. We're going to add about 3/4 of it to the pot. We're going to reserve a little bit. Just go ahead and put that in the egg yolks. Eyeball the sugar, half of it in the yolks, the other half in the cream. As soon as you add the sugar to the yolks, you want to make sure that you mix it up really well. If you don't, the sugar can actually burn the yolks. It's going to make a skin on it, and it's going to make your creme brulee mix pretty lumpy. Okay, we're gonna split and scrape this vanilla bean, and we're gonna put everything in the cream. That's the good stuff right there. You want to make sure you scrape it really well. $12 a pop. You don't want to leave it in the pod. Alright, so we want to get the sugar dissolved. As soon as the heavy cream comes to a boil, we're going to turn it off. And we're going to temper the egg yolks. Alright, so the cream has come to a boil. We're going to temper our egg yolks by adding a little bit of the hot liquid to the cold yolks. We don't want to scramble our eggs. We'll turn the heat down a little bit. Now our sugar and yolk mixture goes back into the pot. Get everything out of the bowl. Alright, and now we switch from a whisk to a spatula so we can get everything off the bottom. And we keep the mixture moving just till it thickens up a little bit. You can tell it's ready when it coats the back of a spoon. We call that nappe. So you would take your spatula or spoon, drag your finger across it, and when it holds that horizontal line, then it's thick enough and it's ready. Now it comes time to strain your mixture. We're going to catch the whole vanilla bean and any tiny little bits of cooked egg white. When you separated your egg yolks and egg whites, there's always a little bit in there and they get lumpy, so we do not want that. And all the little good parts of the vanilla bean will easily go through that strainer. And if you want to, you can take this and wash it off and dry it, put it in a coffee grinder, turn it into a powder, and use that as well. Okay, we have our mixture made. I like to stir it up every time before I pour it into the brulee dish. because I want all those little tiny bits of the vanilla bean to be in each one, and they'll settle out here. So if you don't mix it up, you're gonna have some with a lot of vanilla bean, and the last couple ones that you do will not have as much. We're gonna fill it up about halfway. And you can see that I already have some water in the pan. So we have a nice gentle cooking method. We're using that water bath. If you're a little bit scared to do it that way, go ahead and put this in the oven and then fill up this pot with the water. We're gonna get rid of those air bubbles because we don't want them. They don't look nice. We're gonna use our little torch to go over it very quickly. And now we have no bubbles. It's gonna go into the oven at about 300 degrees for about a half an hour, and we're gonna check it to see if it's done by just tapping it a little bit, and it should look set up around the perimeter. All right, see you in a little bit. Okay, if you've made it this far, and I hope you have, your creme brulee should look like this. It's really, really smooth because we did our little torch trick to bust all the bubbles first. One thing that I wanted to share with you a long time ago, when I was doing some creme brulee, I grabbed salt instead of sugar. Well, it's very hard to caramelize salt, and it's not very good. So make sure you get the right thing and you put sugar on your creme brulee. Your creme brulee is going to be cooked. It's going to be chilled for a couple hours in the fridge. Now it's time to put some sugar on it, torch it, and garnish it. Okay, now we're getting ready to sugar and torch the creme brulee. I put a little paper down so that I don't have to clean all the extra sugar up off of my cutting board. You want to get up kind of high and drop the sugar all over in a nice even layer. And you don't want to see any yellow, because if you see yellow, you're going to burn the custard. You also don't want to put too much sugar. It's going to be just overly sweet. It won't caramelize as well. That's what it looks like. I like to clean the edges so you don't have a lot of burned sugar on the dish itself. Okay, now it's time to torch the brulee. Get this anywhere, Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware. Get in very close. I like to get the sugar kind of sticky and melted so it doesn't fly around everywhere. And then I go in a little bit more aggressively, looking for a nice dark brown color. That's it. Okay, we've cooked our brulee, we've chilled it. Now we've bruleed the top with the white sugar and the blowtorch. Now it comes time to garnish it. So there's our finished creme brulee. Some blueberries cut in half, nice fresh strawberry. All you need is a spoon, and sit down and enjoy.